Alrighty, welcome. I'm Susie Hately. We're here for a little bit of hip health. I'm going to be using a block today along with a strap if needed. You don't have to have one. It's going to be a short little ditty connecting our legs and our pelvis, spine, and ribs, and how these all work together to really help your hips. All right, here we go. Let's get going. So we're going to begin on our back and just like so. With the block, bringing ourselves into Baddha Konasana. Really, really easily breathing. And just tune into how you are breathing and what it feels like. I'm just going to move my mic over so you can hear me a little bit better there. Easily breathing. Now, if having your feet up on the block is too much, you can actually place yourself in Baddha Konasana like so. And put a bolster under your legs and the block off to the side. Yeah. But taking your hands down to your belly and just letting yourself easily breathe. Try not to push the belly out, but rather just feeling that inhale and exhale. And feeling just whatever it is that you feel. And then bringing the legs back together. Let's move the block underneath the hips now. And being here in a supportive bridge. And just for fun, feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor. So center of the heel, ball of the foot, base of the pinky toe. No need to press into them, just feel them. Feel the breath. Let yourself settle into the space in bridge. And then bring one leg up and take it up towards the sky. Rotate that leg around a little bit. And this is where you might want to use the strap, where you can place the strap around the foot and just have that as a support. Or you can have it free. Just thinking about the movement of your leg bone and your pelvis. So keep your pelvis as quiet as you can. Watch that you're not driving the movement from your foot like this or your knee. Really think about your leg bone moving in your pelvis. And then other side. Leg comes on up. And then just rotate. Now this leg can be bent at the knee. And the aim is really just to let your pelvis be super easy, your breath be easy, and just notice from where your movement is coming. Is your leg bone articulating in the pelvis? Okay, and then bring that down. Now we're going to come up again, do that again. This time we're going to rotate, place the ankle onto the knee. Now when you do this, what becomes interesting is, do you bring this knee in order to place the ankle? Just notice that. And see if you can make this, the pelvis is quiet and just placing the ankle on the knee. And then from here, see where I put my hand here and put it on my bum? I'm letting my bum pull my leg. So I'm letting those rotators pull my leg away from the pelvis. So the leg bone's coming into rotation. My other leg, which is my left leg, my left foot, is easy peasy. And this leg is rotating away. Hip flexors as I move the leg away are totally quiet. And if having the block underneath your pelvis doesn't suit you, you can always come down and be flat on the floor. Yeah, this is just a different orientation for your pelvis. And then bring that leg up again, other leg rather, rotate it, keeping this leg nice and easy. Place that ankle, pelvis is easy. and just rotate that leg bone in the hip socket. So I've got my hand on the bottom of my butt, basically on the other side, really allowing that hip, those glute muscles, the deep fibers of the rotators to rotate that leg bone away. So as I'm moving it away, it's like a pulling away from the pelvis. It's not pushing with the hip flexors. Great. And then letting that leg come down. Good. And now just notice what you feel. And then you can take your legs up to the sky, like so. Letting the weight of your legs be like wooden telephone poles. And your pelvis is like mud. And the legs are settling into the mud. And you can cross this ankle over, slide it down. Maybe you go past the knee, maybe here. Try to keep your hands out of it, right? So wherever it gets to. So if it's here, maybe you just be here. Maybe you bend this other leg. Maybe rotate this other hip. Keeping that pelvis quiet. Maybe you come back past the knee. Totally up to you here. Just gently rolling that leg bone. Really gently. Again, it's the leg bone, the muscles here of your hip, those rotators that are moving that leg bone in rotation as it moves away from you. And then those legs come up. And the other side. And easy peasy. Pelvis is steady. Jaw is easy. Face is easy. Even the foot, even the bottom of your foot. It's so easy when we're doing hip work to really push and drive from the foot itself. There you go. And then let that go and then come down onto the floor like this. Just super, super straightforward. And then take the block away. And now just rest. If you've had the block away, notice now what you feel. And we're going to move into butterfly now. So butterfly is the feet stay where they are. And you'll notice that I start to, I'm just going to move my feet a little bit for you. You'll notice that as I start to move my legs into rotation, I'm not sliding those heels in. So I just come onto the outside edge of the foot and then bring the legs back. So this is a leg bone motion in the pelvis. The pelvis is quiet. Ribs are easy. You can slow it down if you'd like, taking a couple of breaths to come out, and then slow it down even more as you come back in. And you might find a bit of shaking as you come back in. And then out, slow. And then come back in even slower. Even slower. Even slower. Notice if there's tension anywhere in your body and just only move only as far. So maybe you get to this point and you start to feel tension through your rib cage. So maybe back it up a little bit. And that's your range here. You want to be able to move in a tension-free range, or at least a range that doesn't increase tension. So see if you can perceive that for yourself, because if you're moving in a range that increases tension or maintains it, then that's the patterning you're crafting and you're honing in your system between your body and your mind. Really lovely. Perfect. Okay. So now from here, Just stay here for a sec. Maybe you take your legs straight and just let yourself rest here. And then roll on over, and let's come on up into a lunge position. So now you're going to be here, and really gently start to move yourself into a lunge, and try not to like drive it from your back like this, but rather just feel your pelvis, your legs coming forward and then coming back, coming forward and then coming back, coming forward and then coming back. Okay, now from here, just take a twist towards the leg that's in front and then come back and then come on out. And then other side, leg comes forward and again, coming forward and back. And something that becomes interesting is take a look back and notice if your foot's kind of turned one way or the other, and just if it works for you, can you let those toes face more backward? Yeah. And so then you're moving through the hips and the knees, watching your balance as you come forward and back, and allow it be through your hips, your knees, and the ankle. And just watch if you want to, again, drive it from here, or if you're holding tension anywhere to make the movement happen. And of course, if you need something underneath your knee, then by all means. There you go. Great. Okay, now from here, be in kneeling and then start to lean over to one side and then lean over to the other side, back over to this side, and then over the other. Come back up to lunge now and come into lunge, and this time lean over to one side. And imagine you're like a teapot and there's water coming down your armpit, down the inner side of your arm into your hand, filling up a little cup on the floor. And then come back. Good. And then let that go. And other side, leg comes forward. And you know what? I forgot to twist on the last lunge set. So we'll come forward and then add a twist to start because I goofed up. And then come back. And then down. Lovely. And then come back. Great. All right. And then let that go. Okay. Now grab your block. And if it's all right for you to sit, we're just going to finish up in a sitting position on the block. If it's available, you can also use a bolster or a chair to sit. And from here, bring those hands together. They come under your chin. We're going to add another twist one way. And what you're doing is you're really thinking about these ribs moving relative to your pelvis. Because while it might seem odd that I'm moving the ribs into a twist and how that might help your hips, how you rotate and rotate through your torso has a really big impact on how your hips work. Good. And then reach your arms forward and round forward. And then bring the hands back and then reach up or reach back. And then round forward and reach back. All right, lovely. So now just notice what this feels like, how this works through your body. And when you're ready to move on, take a few breaths and then carry on with your day. Take good care. We'll see you next time.